Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav resigns to the Lok Sabha membership today. In the recent held Uttar Pradesh elections, he was elected as an MLA. To get more details on this, we have my colleague Lok Pandey joining us. Alok, how does this move help the Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh?
Well, in many ways, but let me just also recap the sequence of events in the last some time. So, Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party chief, who is also the Lok Sabha MP from Eastern UP's Azam and is now also, of course, a newly elected MLA from Karhal in his family stronghold Mainpuri in central Uttar Pradesh, has chosen to go with the State Assembly and to quit from the Lok Sabha. Now, he today went to the office of the Lok Sabha Speaker and he actually put in his resignation. He didn't say anything after that, but sources say that, he will now be the leader of opposition of the Samajwadi Party in the UP Assembly. Now to your question as to how this affects the Samajwadi Party, I think there are many positives that the Samajwadi Party can think or will think that they can derive from this. See, Akhilesh Yadav is their biggest crowd puller, he's their biggest name. And had he chosen to quit the assembly and actually stay in the Lok Sabha, the BJP perhaps would have got an opportunity to go to town and say that, look, just because the Samajwadi Party lost, Akhilesh Yadav is choosing to run away from the battle. He doesn't want to be in the state. And this is something that they did campaign on. They called him, somebody who sleeps till late in the morning, who is not interested in state politics, who'd rather be in the Lok Sabha than battle it out with the BJP against the BJP, in fact, on the ground. These were the barbs that were thrown at him during the campaign, and we all know that the BJP did manage to win. In fact, they did register a spectacular victory in the UP elections with the BJP and its allies getting 273 out of 403 seats. But the Samajwadi Party has done well too. They've got 111 seats on their own and their vote share has also increased. And that is why perhaps Akhilesh Yadav being in the State Assembly will make it a Akhilesh Yadav versus Yogi Adityanath battle in that Vidhan Sabha. And that is something that the Samajwadi Party will hope to cash in on, especially in the lead up to the 2024 Lok Sabha polls and more in looking ahead to the 2027 state election 5 years from now. So an interesting time ahead in Uttar Pradesh with Akhilesh Yadav now choosing to sit in the State Assembly. And Akhilesh Yadav versus Yogi Adityanath playing out in that assembly is something that we journalists also look forward to.
Right, absolutely, Alok. We also have Sanket with us. Sanket, Akhilesh Yadav submitting his resignation as Lok Sabha MP. What does this move indicate?
Well, I mean, just taking off from where Alok left, wouldn't he love something like this? Yogi versus Akhilesh face-off happening every time there is a Vidhan Sabha session. I'm sure this will be music to his ears and lots of stories for Alok Pandey emanating from Uttar Pradesh. But there is a great meaning behind Akhilesh Yadav deciding to be an MLA and a leader of the opposition in a Vidhan Sabha rather than being an MP in the Lok Sabha. First of all, this is Akhilesh Yadav going back to the drawing board. Now, this is perhaps got to do more with this being, a necessity and not a choice. It's not a choice that, okay, fine, I'll do this. This is almost a necessity for the Samajwadi Party. Now, they may have won big in many seats, but not won enough seats to be in power. But they have to retain this vote share, this increased vote share. And if they do not do so, then come 2024, there will be a problem. And in their home state of Uttar Pradesh, if the two key constituencies who voted in a block for the Samajwadi Party, that is the Yadavs as well as the Muslims, if they choose to go and explore other options, then there is a big problem for the Samajwadi Party. Akhilesh Yadav will be questioned that what sort of a party are you leading where within a matter of 2 years in 2024 you have had a devastating performance. So this has a lot to do with fixing the party on the ground and making sure that all those people who chose to get associated with you or allied with you remain with you at least in local politics so that it can have an impact in 2024.
Right. Thank you so much, Sanket and Alok, for joining us with those details. And like Alok pointed out, interesting times for Uttar Pradesh.